Hello, and welcome to Advanced SaaS Metrics series. So the first three metrics that we will be talking about are actually the ones that will help your SaaS business be more recession-ready and be more recession-proof. By saying that, I mean looking into not just like the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel metrics, but the ones that will help you operate more efficiently. So the first metric that we will be talking about today is your disqualification rate. So the formula is pretty simple. The disqualification rate is the ratio of the sales disqualified leads divided by the total amount of leads you got for a period of time. It's super easy to calculate, but usually people are overlooking these metrics. We are looking at the cost per lead, cost per acquisition, but we're not looking into the disqualification rate as the factor that determines where you're actually losing money. So we saw a lot of businesses fighting for the leads quality, and this is natural. Everybody wants the leads to be qualified, and you would like to get as many sales qualified leads as you can. But what's usually is missing in this calculation or those equations is the cost per disqualified lead. And disqualification rate is something that will help you determine over time how you are doing in terms of not wasting your budgets on the leads that your sales team is repeatedly disqualifying. And this is a simple metric to look at. It's just like a percentage, and you can calculate it straight away for a given period of time. You just need to know basically the lead numbers and how many leads were qualified and how many were disqualified. And we saw disqualification rate being a really effective KPI for marketing campaigns, especially when you're spending money consistently on paid ads. And by decreasing your disqualification rate, you're setting really good expectations for your marketing team or agency or person who is managing your ads, because all of you start looking into the same direction. You do not want your disqualification rate to be through the roof. You want to bring it down. And it's really easy to monitor, it's really easy to calculate, and it's really easy to assess how you're doing if you monitor your disqualification rate on a regular basis and you see it being declined. So the second metric that we are talking about today, and again, this is one of the metrics that will definitely help your business, your SaaS company be more recession ready and better recession proofed, is the cost per demo. There are a lot of cost metrics associated with SaaS products. You can have the cost per acquisition, you can have the cost per lead, but what we saw is really effective as the metrics to monitor on a regular basis from all the cost metrics that you have around your marketing campaigns would be the cost per demo. It's super easy to calculate. You get your marketing spend for a period of time and you divide it by demos completed. Why cost per demo? A demo is something that sits in the middle of your funnel, and you need to know exactly how much money does it cost to bring somebody on the call with your salesperson. You can measure more kind of top of the funnel metrics like cost per lead, or you can measure more like a bottom of the funnel metric like cost per acquisition. Cost per demo is a really great interim metric to have in your SaaS business, simply because it merges the effort between the marketing team and the sales team into one single metric that you monitor on a regular basis, and you can see how much does it take your team, marketing team, to bring somebody on a call with your sales team. And of course, you will also have a really good indicator on how your team, like sales team, is doing, because this is the alignment metric. We will be talking about marketing and sales alignment metrics a little bit down the road, but cost per demo, like for a SaaS owner or for somebody who is responsible for his marketing spend, is a great metric to monitor how your marketing effort is actually helping your sales team to get more demos completed. And from the budgeting perspective, this is a great metric to monitor your marketing costs. So the third metric that we're talking about today is the time to contract. The formula is super simple. You get the first touch point date, that could be the creation date in the CRM, and you get the conversion date when somebody actually signed up, paid you, made a contract with you. The timing for B2B companies, like the sales cycle timing, is usually extremely long, and it becomes longer and longer the more economy goes into more like a recession mode. And monitoring these timing metrics is extremely important in Q3 and Q4 of 2022 in particular, because this is something that you would like to know and manage better. The timing metrics are a little bit tricky, and usually all the timestamps that you have, if you are good with your CRM, then the CRM is your friend, and you can technically use all the timestamps. But monitoring the timing between the certain important stages of the sales cycle is extremely important for SaaS companies. There is a lot of research about the amount of touch points and the amount of days, how long does it take for a prospect to convert. And recently, the SaaS companies tend to have even longer sales cycles than ever. Monitoring your time to contract on a regular basis will definitely help you with your budgeting and resources alignment. So this is the first video of the Advanced SaaS Marketing Metrics series. We will be recording more videos of that sort. Hope you find it useful. So please stay tuned. Thank you.